Hello, everybody. Hi. I've gone and got myself a YouTube channel. Yeah. It's called Angry Black Man. You probably know that though if you're watching it because it probably says like Angry Black Man. I'm going to talk about lots of things. Probably going to be quite Brexit heavy because yeah. But there'll be other things to talk about. I'm sure. We'll just see what happens. Play it by ear, I guess. I was talking about the Brexit impact assessment reports yesterday on Facebook, but in my excitement of like newfangled technology and communicating with people, I forgot my main point. Silly me. But today I've made notes. So well prepared. So I'm going to finish what I was talking about yesterday, and then I want to go on to talking about the Brexit divorce bill, which has been in the news a lot today and recently. So these impact assessment reports, basically the government has been trying to withhold them for months. There's been so much toing and froing. Finally, they were forced to release these documents to the Brexit Select Committee, but the amount of information that they released was pitiful. Keir Starmer, who is the shadow Brexit secretary, and is also, I think, quite sexual in a like, please save us from impending doom, super Keir kind of way. He said that the amount of material that the Select Committee had received amounted to 2 Lever Arch files worth of paperwork. So there have been 58 sectoral assessments, and all of that fits into 2 Lever Arch files. Bollocks. Bollocks. The government is withholding information, clearly. They were instructed by the Speaker of the House that these documents had to be unedited and unredacted. 2 Lever Arch files worth. So Keir Starmer stands up at the dispatch box and tears, I don't know what his name is. He's some kind of a Brexit underling, David Davis toe sucker kind of guy. I call him Fat Time McWeaselface, but I think his name's Stephen. I don't know. We're going to call him Fat Time McWeaselface for the purposes of this vlog. So, and do you know what? You have to hand it to the Tories. They know how to sell a bag of BS better than anyone else. There's no one that can sell a lie and look you dead in the eye and have you believing it better than a true blue dyed-in-the-wool Tory. So Keir Starmer levels this accusation that, you know, the documents have been redacted, and Fat Time McWeaselface stands up on his cloven hooves and I quote, looks dead at Keir Starmer and says, "We've not edited or redacted reports. We've collated information in a way that doesn't include some material." Just let that hang a second. Let's revisit it. We've not edited or redacted reports. Oh, no. We've collated information in a way that doesn't include some material. That's literally the definition of redaction and editing. Just to prove my point, I went and used the dictionary and I found the definition of redaction. Redaction is the process of editing text, or the censoring or obscuring of parts of a text, or making a version of a text new or abridged. So not including some material is literally the dictionary definition of redaction. And this is where we're at. We've got Brexit ministers standing up on the floor of the House of Commons, on the floor of the Mother of Parliament, Khaleesi, telling us barefaced lies. Barefaced lies. And it's like, if they're lying about this, what else are they lying about? Now, there's a possibility that David Davis could be held in contempt of Parliament. He has been called before the Brexit Select Committee as a matter of urgence, right? So he's going to go on Monday next week. That request was made. Yes, well, not a request. He has to show up and answer for his actions. But now, so yesterday was Tuesday, so that's almost a full week. I can hear the shredders in Whitehall from here. They are burning up. I can see the underlings bonfiring away all these documents. They are lying to us because the contents of these documents blatantly prove that this is a fucking clusterfuck. Namaste. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, breathe. Okay, so that's that. I wanted to make that point from yesterday because it was the main crux of my argument and I forgot. So now moving on to talk about this divorce bill. Divorces are messy, divorces are expensive. This is no different, right? We've had for months now figures like 100 billion euros, no euros from the crazy people who tell us just to leave and stick two fingers up to the EU. 50 billion, this, but no. Anyway, right now it looks as if finally the Maybot has got some new RAM installed and she's finally acquiescing to the EU's requests. So the final bill, it looks like it will be a gross, and it really is a gross total, of around 90 billion euros. After we get back our rebate and lots of other economic wranglings, which I don't really understand, that the net bill we're going to probably end up paying is about half of that. So between 40 to 45 billion euros. 40 to 45 billion euros. 40 to 45 billion euros, right? Now, what is this for? Just gonna turn my notes. Hold on, bear with. So I went and looked up what this payment, this money is for, and it's for several things. The EU budget runs on a 7-year cycle. So this budgetary period is running from 2013 to 2020. So we're locked into paying whatever we've agreed to pay until 2020. Then we're also going to keep paying during this 2-year implementation period when we're going to sign the best trade deal in the history of trade deals. Yeah. Part of the money is for budgetary items, so like road building, rail infrastructure, all that kind of stuff. There are legal commitments after we leave too, apparently. And then we've got to contribute to pensions for EU officials. And that's the one part I have to say that sticks in my craw, and I'll tell you why. But I feel before I do that, I should just say that I'm no blind apologist for the EU, okay? I understand that the EU has many, many faults. It is in many ways high-handed and slightly dictatorial, which was one of the criticisms leveled at it during the referendum campaign. It is bloated, like myself after a whole can of Pringles. It needs streamlining. But even with all its faults, I sincerely believe it's still the best hope we have at a peaceful, successful, strong future, right? Now, the reason I'm a bit about these pensions for EU officials is because EU officials include MEPs, and MEPs includes Nigel, I'd like to shove a hot poker up his anus and watch his insides boil, Farage, and all his Neanderthal UKIP members. So I don't see, and it's just the hypocrisy, the arrogance of the fact that this man sits there and has literally destroyed our relationship with the EU, and now he wants to claim his fucking pension. He still wants the money. And that's why obviously we can't do that because there are plenty of good MEPs and plenty of well-deserving EU officials who should have a pension. But just the fact that that fucker is going to get his hands on any more money literally makes my sphincter contract to the nth degree. So I find that hard. Whew. Now, we've had all these crazy Brexiteers telling us, John Redwood and Nigel Cunt Farage telling us, just walk away, we don't owe them any money, just walk away. But you have to be realistic, right? In the real world, if you go to a mobile phone shop and you take out a contract for a lovely, shiny new iPhone 10, just like I've recently done, and you take out a 2-year contract, right? If at the end of the first year you decide that you're so over Apple and you just want to move to Android because you love the little green robot guy, it's so cool, you still have to pay for the remainder of your contract, the remaining year. If you don't do that, you will end up with CCJs, you will end up blacklisted, and no one will ever lend you money again. Now, we're being told on a daily basis about these amazing trade deals we're going to sign with all our old friends. That's another video. Old friends such as India and Australia. We're going to sign these amazing trade deals. But if we walk away without honouring our agreements, do you think that's going to make India and Australia and all these other countries we're going to sign trade deals with, do you think that's going to make them more or less likely to offer us favourable terms, knowing that we renege on our promises? What do you think? Oh, God. My eyes hurt so much because my optic nerve is close to rupture on a daily basis because of the amount of eye rolling I do, because the bullshit coming out of Westminster is just, it's a river of bullshit. Right, so what does this tell us? What does this tell us, this divorce bill? What can we glean from this? Well, it tells us that Brexiters lie. We were told there wasn't going to be a divorce bill. We were also told we were going to get £350 million a week for the NHS. That's a lie. We're definitely, I mean, we knew this was a lie before, but we know now for certain, if we're coughing up 50 billion euros, that we are not getting that 350 million quid for the NHS. So you can kiss your public services goodbye. Gone. We were promised more money in our pockets. That's a lie. Food prices are already rising. Inflation is up. Do you know what's not up? The wages in your pocket. They have been stagnating for over a decade now, and they're not going up. The only way is not up. Yaz was wrong, people. Yaz did not envision Brexit. This is disaster. We were promised this was going to be an easy ride. Chill out, man. Just go for a surf. Yeah, easy. It's not an easy ride. We're the laughingstock of the globe. I read the news in 4 different languages, and every paper, every publication, every online journal, every source is saying, what the fuck are we doing? Everyone can see the madness except the people, half the people living on that cold, damp rock, okay? Everyone can see it. We were told that nothing would change. Rubbish. We've already lost our seat on the International Court of Justice. EU agencies are fleeing to Amsterdam, to Frankfurt, and this is just the beginning. Businesses are leaving. The tide is breaking. Everyone's going. So, yeah, it's a giant mess. So what can we do about this? Well, if you're sitting here watching this video and you disagree with everything I have to say and you think I'm a loony, lefty, liberal, snowflake, social warrior, dickhead, then fine. Really fine. Carry on drinking the Kool-Aid. You've made your bed. Lie in it. I hope it's got bed bugs that carry malaria. You're beyond help. It's just pointless. Lost cause. If, however, you are watching this and you're going, oh, actually, yeah, that does sound like quite a sensible thing, then do something. Speak up. Use your voice. We live in a democracy. We are so lucky to live in a democracy. We are able to choose the fools that govern us. There are literally millions of people all around the world who have died fighting for the right to vote and who would gladly still give their lives if it meant that they had the same rights as us and they could go into that booth and they could put their X in the box and choose their government. So you have a duty, if you know something is wrong, to get the fuck up out of that armchair, turn off Emmerdale, put down the custard creams. If you've got time to watch Emmerdale and shove custard creams in your mouth and go to the gym and do all the other things you can do, you can find the time to write a fucking letter. Write to your MP, write to David Davis, write to Theresa May, to Merkel, write to anybody you think is going to help stop this madness, okay? Now is the time for guts and guile. Just like Charlotte said in that episode of Sex and the City when she has a miscarriage, but she still goes to Brady's party because Elizabeth Taylor told her through the TV, now is the time for guts and guile. Now is not the time for stiff, upper-lipped English stoicism. This is the reason we're in this, partly the reason we're in this mess. Make a noise, get rowdy, have difficult conversations, join a campaign group on Facebook. There are people up and down the country leafleting at weekends, standing there in town centres in the freezing cold, standing up for what they believe in. Be a part of the solution, not the problem, okay? I'm going to attempt to leave like links to sites where you can find your MP. I don't know. I'm not very good with technology. I hope it works. That's it for today. But before we go, I just have to show you a video of Dave, just to prove how much of a liar this man is. And also, he is badly in need of nose hair trimmers. If you are representing me on the international stage, fix up and trim your nose hair, Davey boy, okay? But I just want to show you a video of him, I think it's from September maybe, on the Andrew Marr show, when this kind of, they were talking about the divorce bill. And just to prove to you, you're going to lose my beautiful face now, but hold on. Oh, how do I turn it around? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, maybe I can't do it. Right, I'll just turn the camera around then. This is what David Davis had to say about the possibility of us paying this divorce bill. Hope you can see. No, there we go. Oh, Sound's off. Play, sound. Why no sound? Oh, because I put the sound off there. Bear with, this is all new to me.
The story is completely wrong. There are all sorts of stories flying around. You had them in the papers this morning. Which £50 billion. It's rubbish. I mean, it's nonsense. The story is completely wrong.
Once
there are
more.
All sorts of stories flying around. You had them in the papers this morning. Which £50 billion. It's rubbish. I mean, it's nonsense. The story is completely wrong.
Lies. Lies. Bye.